Hi everybody, Ron Placone here. You're watching another edition of Media Bites. So, I didn't want to talk about Richard Sherman. I thought it was just so overhyped and it was just so in the press all the time. I didn't want to even talk about it. But the truth of the matter is, this whole Richard Sherman situation is the perfect textbook example of media scapegoating. In the sense of media scapegoating, it's a certain issue that pulls on people's heartstrings and there's a figure behind that issue. And then, of course, it persuades people one way and then the other. First, with Richard Sherman, we didn't like him, right? First, it came out that, oh, he was boastful, he was a braggart, he was being cocky, and this and that. It was poor sportsmanship. And, of course, all the people that were against him, that really got them out of the floodgate, whether they were San Francisco 49ers fans or just didn't like the Seahawks or were racist. Everybody, was able to let their opinion be heard. Then it kind of evolved because now, oh, well, he's an American hero. This guy's a well-spoken dude and he is a really good player. The media cycle goes full circle because people have strong convictions one way or another and it wants to hit everybody on the sphere as well as keep everybody tuned in. I personally didn't get why it was a big deal out of the gate. Look, when players make a big play or they're going to a big game or they lose a big game, a lot of times athletes and coaches will say things that they don't really mean. Like they'll say something in a moment of passion. Maybe a quarterback will throw his entire team under the bus instead of taking any personal blame. Maybe a coach will get a little rude with the press, and they don't really mean it. It was just in the moment. Maybe a player is so chauvinist and obnoxious about his religious beliefs that it's really rude and insensitive to anybody that doesn't share them. But this was made a particularly big deal. Why? Because we needed something for the Super Bowl. Come on. Last year, of course, you had the brothers rivalry, you had the Harbaugh brothers. If you can't tell them apart, one coaches the Baltimore Ravens while the other is shaped like a pear. Roger Goodell did come out and say he wasn't a big fan of Sherman's post-game comments. Overall, he does like the cornerback, but he wasn't a big fan of those actions. But really? Roger Goodell? Is that an endorsement that Richard Sherman really needs one way or the other? That's like saying he doesn't have the endorsement of Emperor Palpatine. So you see how the media cycle went full circle. First, we didn't like the scapegoat. The scapegoat was a braggart. Then, oh, the scapegoat's in all of us, and he was actually in the right, and he actually went to shake Crabtree's hand, etc., etc. You see how the media cycle went full circle in this regard. Meanwhile, a congressional panel has found the NSA phone records completely illegal, more deaths by drone strikes, and whether you're on a college campus or a high school, there's a whole lot of shooting going on. You've been watching Media Bites, and this is Ron Placone signing out.